This video is for educational use only. Today, we are assigned to tackle about definition of global citizenship. Global citizenship represents a mindset and responsibility to be actively engaged in the world, recognizing that our actions have a broader impact. It involves valuing diversity, promoting human rights, and working towards a more just and sustainable planet. Personally, it means embracing a sense of interconnectedness, empathy, and a commitment to addressing global challenges collaboratively. It's about understanding that our actions can ripple across borders and striving to make a positive difference in the lives of others, regardless of their nationality or background. Global citizenship is closely linked to a significant for the process of globalization in several ways. So, first, interconnectedness. Global citizenship recognizes the interconnectedness of the world. As people embrace this mindset, they become more aware of global consequences of their actions. This heightened awareness is crucial in the era of globalization, where events, decisions, and economic activities in one part of the world can affect people and environments on the other side of the globe. So, second is cultural exchange. Global citizenship promotes cultural exchange and understanding in a globalized world, where people from diverse backgrounds interact more than ever before. Understanding and appreciating culture. Social environmental responsibility. Being a global citizen means taking responsibility for global challenges such as climate, poverty, and human rights violations. In a globalized world, these issues are no longer isolated problems, but shared concerns that require international cooperation and collective action. So, next is global cooperation. Global citizenship encourages individuals and communities to work together to find solutions to global problems. As globalization accelerates, the movement of the goods, information, and people across borders, the need of international cooperation becomes increasingly evident. Lastly, economic implications. Global citizenship can also influence economic decisions. Businesses that adopt socially responsible and sustainable practices in response to the values of global citizenship are more likely to thrive in a globalized economy. Moreover, global citizens may support ethical consumption and fair trade, affecting global supply chains and trade dynamics. So, in summary, the significance of global citizenship to globalization lies in its capacity to foster awareness, cooperation, and responsibility in a world where borders are becoming less of a barrier to flow of ideas, information, and resources. It emphasizes the idea that in an increasingly interconnected world,
Hi, I'm Cadet Sisiban and my topic is about ethical obligation of global citizenship. Global citizenship carries several ethical obligations, including first, responsibility. For others, global citizens have more duty to help those in need, whether through humanitarian aid, supporting international development, or advocating for social justice. Next is environmental stewardship. Recognizing the interconnectedness of the planet, global citizens should strive to protect the environment and promote sustainable practices to combat climate change. Next, respect for cultural diversity. Global citizens should respect and appreciate cultural diversity while advocating for human rights and combating discrimination and intolerance. For next is promotion of peace, advocating for peaceful conflict resolutions, diplomacy, and prevention of violence and war is essential for global citizens. Next, economic equity, working towards reducing global economic inequality and promoting fair trade practices is a significant ethical obligation. And next is advocacy for human rights. Global citizens should champion the rights and dignity of all people, irrespective of their nationality or background. Next is social responsibility, recognizing the impact of one's actions on the global community. Global citizens should make ethical choices in their daily lives, such as ethical consumption and responsible use of resources. And next is participation in global issues. Being informed and engaged in global issues from health crisis to political conflicts is vital for ethical global citizenship. Next is promoting education. Supporting education initiatives both locally and globally is an ethical obligation to empower individuals and communities. Last is advocacy and activism. Global citizens should use their voices, resources, and networks to advocate for positive change on a global scale. And conclusion, these ethical obligations underscore the idea that being a global citizen means recognizing one's role in a larger, interconnected world and taking actions that promote the well-being of humanity and planet as a whole. Thank you.
From political perspective, the experience of overseas Filipino workers or OFWs are shaped by government policies, diplomatic relations, and the interactions of the OFW with the political system both in the Philippines and in host countries. So, here an analysis of the global governments of OFWs and their experiences with a focus on the political aspect. So, first is government policies and regulations. So, this means that the Philippine government has established various policies and agencies to make the deployment and protection of OFWs. Agencies like the Philippine Overseas Employment Administration or POA and the Overseas Worker Welfare Administrations or OWA are responsible for regulating and overseeing OFW deployment. So, further, these policies are politically driven with the factors on labor export as an economic strategy to alleviate domestic unemployment and promote economic growth through remittances. So, second is diplomatic relations. Diplomatic relations plays a crucial role in shaping the experience of OFWs. The Philippines often engages in negotiations with the host countries to ensure the protection and welfare of its overseas workforce. For instance, political issues such as labor disputes, contract violations, or abuse of OFWs can strain diplomatic ties. So the Philippine government role in representing OFWs' interests is a political responsibility. So, and these negotiations can lead to signing a bilateral agreements and memoranda of understanding to protect OFWs. So, third is political mobilization of OFWs. So, OFWs have increasingly become a political force both in the Philippines and abroad. They engage in advocacy, lobbying, and political mobilizations to protect their rights and interests. OFW have pushed for changes in Philippine laws and policies that benefits them, such as expanding the coverage of the Overseas Absent Voting Act. Nope. Their political participations reflects their growing influence on Philippine politics. And last is protection and advocacy. So, political leaders, both in the Philippines and in host countries, are expected to advocate for the protection and the rights of OFWs. So, this includes lobbying for better working conditions, legal protection, and access to healthcare and education for their family in the Philippines. So, in summarize up, so the experiences of OFWs are deeply intertwined with the political decisions, both at home and in host countries. Government policies, diplomatic relations, and the political activism of OFWs collectively shaped their migration experience and influence the impact of their labor on both the Philippine economy and the global labor market.
Good day, I'm the cadet to Kanya Alvin James Day. I'm here to report about analyze the global movements of people and display first-hand knowledge of the experiences of OFWs of the following. Economic. Global movements of people, including overseas Filipino workers or OFW, play a crucial in the global economy. OFW are a significant part of this phenomenon, and their experiences offer valuable insights into economic aspects of migration, such as remittances. OFW send remittances back to the Philippines, which are a significant source of income for many families. These are remittances help improve the economic well-being of the recipients and contribute to the country's foreign exchange reserves. Second, labor markets. OFW obtain work in sectors facing labor shortage in their host countries, such as healthcare, domestic work, and construction. They help fill critical gaps in the labor market and support economic growth in those nations. Third, economic impact. The money sent home by OFW not only supports their families but also fuels local economies through increased consumption, investment, and savings. This has a multiplier effect on the economy, stimulating growth in various sectors. Social costs and benefits. The economic benefit of OFW migration need to be balanced against the social costs, such as family separation and the potential for exploitation in their host countries. Government policies and support systems are essential to safeguard the welfare of OFW. Cyclical nature. The economic experiences of OFW are often linked to global economic cycles. Their job opportunities and wages can fluctuate based on economic conditions in host countries. Diaspora investments. Many OFW eventually return to the Philippines savings, skills, and business ideas. They often invest in businesses and ventures, contributing to the country's economic development. Economic dependencies. The Philippines economy can become overly dependent on remittances from OFW, which may make it vulnerable to economic shocks in host countries or changes in migration patterns. Policy implications. Governments must create policies that protect the rights and welfare of OFW, promote financial literacy and investment, and explore ways to reduce the country's dependence on remittances. Understanding the economic aspects of OFW experience in global migration is vital for governments and policymakers to make informed decisions and support and well-being of their citizens involved in international labor markets. That's all.
Good day everyone, I'm Cadet Ovial Victor and I'm here to discuss all about analyze the global movement of people and display first-hand knowledge of the experiences of OFW in cultural. So, what is cultural? Culture refers to the shared belief, costumes, values, traditions, and way of life of a particular group of people. It encompasses a wide range of elements including language, art, music, religion, social norms, and more. So, culture is what shapes the identity of a community or society and influences how its members interact with one another and the world around them. It can vary significantly from one group or region to another, making the world diverse and interesting. To analyzing the moments of people, particularly the experiences of overseas Filipino workers from a cultural perspective involves examining various dimensions. Here's a brief analysis from a cultural viewpoint. So first is diversity of OFW. OFW came from diverse cultural backgrounds within the Philippines. Understanding their unique cultural identities and tradition is crucial to appreciate the richness of Filipino culture. So in simple terms, in simple terms, overseas Filipino workers are people from different parts of the Philippines within their own special custom and traditions. To truly understand and enjoy the beauty of Filipino culture, it's important to recognize and respect the unique backgrounds and practices that each OFW brings with them when they work abroad. This diversity makes Filipino culture even more colorful and interesting. So second is acculturation. Acculturation. OFW often face the challenge of acculturating to their host countries. This process can lead to the adoption of new cultural norms, behaviors, and language while maintaining aspects of their Filipino identity. So, acculturation is like adopting a new group of friends. When OFW go to other countries to work, they need to learn how things are done there, like how people act and speak. So they pick up new habits, behavior, and even language from the place they're in. But they also keep their Filipino identity and holding on by holding on to their own costumes and traditions. It's like making new friends while settle staying true to who you are. So, for the understanding the cultural dimensions of OFW experience in the context of global movement is vital for appreciating their contribute to both Filipino culture and the cultural fabric of host countries. It also highlights the complexities and enriching aspect of their transnational lives. Knowing about the cultural parts of OFW lives while they work in other countries is really important. It helps us understand how they add to Filipino culture and the culture of the countries they go to work in. So it's like it's like learning the special ingredients in a delicious dish by understanding the cultural parts of their lives. We can see the many layers of their experience. It's show us how they bring something valuable to both their home culture and the new culture by became a part of making the world more colorful and rich.
So, good day. I am the cadet Johnny Franz Jimabulay, and today my task is to analyze the global movements of people and display first-hand knowledge of the experience of OFWs in the views of social factors. So, overseas Filipino workers, OFWs, represent a significant portion of the global migrant workforce. So, their experiences are shaped by various social factors. So these are some of the social factors. So first, economic factors. A primary motivation for Filipinos to work abroad is to pursue better economic opportunities. Many of OFWs came from low-income backgrounds and seek higher-paying jobs abroad to support their families. So second is family dynamics. The separation from family members for extended periods is a common experience for OFWs. So the strength of this plays on family relationship as well as the emotional toll or missing important life events is a significant social factors. So the third one is cultural and languages barriers. The third one is cultural and language barriers. So OFWs often face challenges adapting to different cultural norms and languages in their host countries. This can be lead to isolation and difficulties in forming meaningful social connections which impact their overall well-being. Next is discrimination from OFWs. So encounter discrimination in their host countries as they are vulnerable of abuse due to their immigrated status. So this can result in negative social experience such as unfair treatment or inadequate legal protection. So next is social isolation. OFWs frequently live in close-knit communities with other Filipinos, which can be both a source of support and potential challenges. So, next is mental health and well-being. So, the stress of living and working abroad combined with the challenges they face can be significant impacts on their mental health of OFWs. So issues such as depression, anxiety, and homesickness are common. So next is government policies. The Philippine government has policies and agencies in place to support OFWs such as the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration or OWWA. So the effectiveness of these policies can greatly influence the experience of OFWs. So the last one is health and healthcare. So access to healthcare and the ability to address health concerns while abroad are important social factors for OFWs. So some face difficulties in obtaining adequate healthcare services. So and understanding the experience of OFWs in the context of these social factors is essential for developing policies and support systems that can improve their well-being and address the challenges they faces as global migrants. So that's all. Thank you.
Today, I will discussing global citizenship. Global citizenship in 21st century refers to the concept of individuals and communities recognizing and embracing their responsibilities as members of global society. It emphasizes a sense of interconnectedness, cultural awareness, and commitment to addressing global challenges. In the 21st century, global citizenship is essential for addressing the interconnected challenges our world faces. It involves commitment to making the world a better place for all its inhabitants, transcending national boundaries and working towards a sustainable and peaceful global society. First is cultural awareness. Global citizens appreciate and respect the diversity of cultures, beliefs, and traditions around the world. They recognize that there is no single or right way of life, strive to understand and learn from different cultures. The example of this is a global citizen learns about and respects the customs and traditions of a foreign country they visit rather than imposing their own norms, cultural norms. Second is environmental responsibility. Global citizens are concerned about the environment and its sustainability. They actively engage in efforts to combat climate change, reduce waste, and protect natural resources. Participating in local environment initiatives or advocating for policies that address climate change on a global scale is one of the examples of this. Human rights advocacy. Global citizens are committed to upholding human rights for all individuals, regardless of their nationality or background. They work to promote equality and justice worldwide. Example is supporting organizations that work to protect the rights of marginalized groups, such as refugees, and advocating for policies that promote equality and justice. Global issues management. Global citizens are informed about and engaged in addressing global challenges like poverty, hunger, education, and healthcare. They contribute to initiatives that aim to improve the well-being of people around the world. Sample is volunteering for a nonprofit organization that provides education and healthcare services in underprivileged regions. The fifth factor of this is digital connectivity. The 21st century has brought about digital globalization. Global citizens use technology to connect with people worldwide, share information, and collaborate on global issues. Example is participating in online forums like social media, campaigns that raise awareness about global challenges and mobilize support for humanitarian causes. Next is promoting peace. Global citizens work towards international peace and conflict resolution. They support diplomacy and cooperations between nations. Sample is advocating for peaceful solutions that conflict and supporting organizations that promote international understanding and peace. Verse 7 is responsible consumerism. Global citizens make ethical choices as consumers considering the social and environmental impacts of their purchases. Buying products from companies that prioritize fair trade, sustainability, and ethical practices is one of the factors of this. Educational exchange. Global citizens embrace learning opportunities that expose them to different perspectives, whether through travel, international studies, or cultural exchange programs. Studying abroad to gain a deeper understanding of another culture and its educational system is the example of this. That's all, and thank you.
So I'm the next reporter and my topic is all about the global citizenship in digital age. So first, what is global citizenship in digital age? So it refers to the concept of being a responsible and aware member of the global community in an era characterized by advanced digital technology and global interconnectedness. It encompasses the idea that individuals are not just citizens of their own country, but also active participants in a broader global society facilitated by digital tools and internet. Global citizenship in the digital age involves embracing diversity, understanding global issues, advocating for positive change, and using digital resources to connect with people and information worldwide. It emphasizes the importance of informed, empathic, and responsible engagement in a world where digital technology plays a significant role in shaping our interactions, knowledge, and perspectives. In the rapidly evolving digital age, global citizenship has taken on a new dimension. So this report explored the concept of global citizenship within the context of digital era. It examines the opportunities and challenges presented by technology, the impact of digital tools on global awareness, and the responsibilities of individuals and societies in this interconnected world. The digital age, a globalizing force. So the digital age has facilitated global connections like never before. The internet, social media, and instant communication tools have bridged geographical gaps and brought people from different corners of the world closer together. This interconnectedness has fostered a sense of global citizenship by exposing individuals to diverse cultures, perspectives, and global issues. Global awareness and education. Education is a cornerstone of global citizenship in digital age. Access to information and educational resources is more equitable than ever. Online courses, open educational resources, and global platforms for knowledge sharing have made it possible for individuals worldwide to engage with a diverse array of subjects. This fosters greater global awareness and empathy by exposing people to global challenges and opportunities. Digital activism and advocacy. So the digital age has empowered individuals to be global activists and advocates. Social media platforms provide a stage for raising awareness about important issues, rallying support for global causes, and holding leaders and corporations accountable. Movements like Black Lives Matter and climate change activism have gained global momentum through digital tools, highlighting the power of digital advocacy. Next, challenges in digital age. Global citizenship in the digital age also present challenges. The spread of misinformation and rise of echo chambers can hinder critical thinking and formation of well-informed global citizens. Privacy concerns, cybersecurity threats, and digital divides in access to technology can also impede the full participation of individuals in the global digital society. Responsibilities of global citizens. So, global citizens in the digital age have a responsibility to be critical consumers of information. They should seek diverse perspectives, fast check information, and engage in respectful, constructive dialogue. Additionally, they advocate for digital literacy and support efforts to bridge the digital divide to ensure equitable access to technology and education. On my conclusion, global citizenship in the digital age is a multifaceted concept that offers both opportunities and challenges. The digital age has expanded the horizons of what it means to be a responsible global citizen, emphasizing the importance of education, activism, and critical thinking. To navigate this digital era successfully, individuals and societies must recognize this role in shaping a more connected, informed, and empathic global community. So that's all.